Sup Snakes, I created a mod in Fallout New Vegas to honor Matthew Perry. I wanted to give you a little bit of a tour of it and the behind the scenes on what it took for me to make this mod. I did have to learn some new things. It is getting shared around quite a bit, so I just wanted to make sure I had this both for my Nexus page and for you, my followers, and people who might be finding this organically. You can go download this mod right now. It'll be in the description. I hope that you do. Take a picture of your courier next to it. I'd love to see it and tag me in it. But without further ado, be sure to like this video, subscribe if you don't already, and let's give you a little tour and behind the scenes on this mod. So this is my first retexturing mod. I have made a couple little mods in the past. If you go and download it, you'll see those on my page. Have at it. You can download my other ones too. I like those as well. But I put a lot of care and thought into how I designed this mod and what I did for it. I wanted to honor Matthew Perry in a respectful way. And I did just read his book not long after he passed away. So I had a lot of thoughts based off what he had said in his book as well. And I wanted to include this monument or plaque, which is the same one that you can find in Boulder City in Fallout New Vegas. It's just shrunk down to 0.8 scale because it was a little bit too big for Goodsprings Cemetery. And I retextured that with this design that I made. I went into the game files. I got the original Boulder City design for the memorial, and I erased all the things that were on it, left that kind of like stone texture, and replaced it with this, which is a little picture of Matthew Perry. I think this picture is from like around his time on Friends. I just really liked that picture. I thought it was identifiable too for his posture and like the outfit he was wearing and everything like that, because, you know, the game's pixelation is not super high def, obviously. I chose to write the little inscription, which is advocate, friend, gamer, because in his book and after he published his book, he talked a lot about not wanting to just be remembered for creating friends. So I did advocate first, and I do think that's what a lot of people are remembering him for, as well as friends right now, which is really good. And of course, he's a gamer. The reason he got to be part of Fallout New Vegas is because of how much he loved Fallout 3 and how public he was about that. I always loved that about him, and I always loved his character, obviously, of Chandler on Friends, and this mod honors that as well. But the fact that he loved Fallout 3 so much and that got him into this game was so cool for me. So that's why I chose that inscription underneath it. There is a quote from him as Benny. I did include two other quotes, both from his book, I believe, on one on the back and one on a little note, which you'll see in a little bit here. But the inscription underneath says, "It's a game and games have winners and losers. I prefer the former. How about you?" This is as Benny, obviously. I included his checkered suit as Benny too, because my thought with this mod was, if you want to keep Benny around in your next playthrough, you could, because you can get everything really you would want from Benny other than the platinum chip, obviously. But you could get the suit, and you can get this retextured Maria, which is Benny's gun. I retextured that. You'll see that in a second here. I also included just, you know, some wasteland food items, Brock flowers, a vase, that kind of stuff. I like that kind of stuff in game. It's good decoration. It's good Fallout New Vegas theme. The little teddy bear that you can see here was initially going to be a sentry bot, but they have the little toy ones, but it kept rolling away, which I didn't know those sentry bot toys worked. So I replaced it with a teddy bear instead. And then, of course, obviously Dinky. Couple star caps. I didn't want to give you too much stuff because it's more of like a tribute to him. But, you know, we're trying to keep in theme with the game, obviously. And here I am picking up the stuff. There's some Tops chips, obviously Benny having, you know, worked at the Tops. And then his retextured gun I named My Friend because obviously friends. And then the image I used for it, which you'll see in a little bit here, is of him as Chandler. This is the note for what I included as well. This is actually a quote from his. This isn't just like something I made up in his voice. I researched quotes and I tried to find quotes that felt like not only that they fit for like honoring Matthew Perry, but also fit into the theme of Fallout New Vegas, where it wouldn't take you too much out of the immersion of the game. So that was my goal with this note. And if you don't want to see it, skip ahead. But do you know what St. Peter says to everyone who tries to get into heaven? Peter says, "Don't you have any scars?" And when most would respond proudly, "Well, no, I don't," Peter says, "Why not?" Was there nothing worth fighting for? And I really liked that. Just as a quote in general, I thought it was a really beautiful quote. Obviously, it is a quote about death, which is another like really challenging thing about reading his book after he died. And I listened to the audiobook version, and it's him reading it. So he does talk a lot about his own death in that book, and which is why there was multiple quotes I could have chose from. But I felt like this quote about meeting St. Peter and like having things to fight for, I know it's corny, but like connected to the themes of Fallout New Vegas, and also was a good quote to just choose from him in general. So that's why I chose this one. I thought that was like a little extra thing beyond the plaque, and it says like dash Maddie. My camera's cutting it off a little bit here, but that is what it says. I don't know. It just felt like a little message from beyond, and it's so interesting too, which is why I included the note as a message from beyond, because at the beginning of his book, he talks about how the book is almost him talking to you from the afterlife, which is so weird now to look back on, but I felt like that fit in theme with this as well. And yeah, the note is from Maddie, and everywhere in the game files where I have, for the most part, the mod, where like the mod is in the game files, I reference it as from Maddie. Like all of the stuff I made in the game files, the textures, the like models for everything, I marked as from Maddie or for Maddie. So that was kind of my own reference, and the cast of friends called him Maddie, which I thought was really sweet. But this is the gun. This is his. This is Maria, but it's a reskinned Maria, and it has obviously a little picture of Chandler's face. I like the design of Maria is very specific in that it has, I want to say Mary, right? Isn't, yeah. But it's got like a beautiful framing around it on the handle. So I chose the like Friends doorway frame to go around Chandler's face. And my thought while you're using this is for Chandler, in his typical Chandler voice, to be saying something like, could your aim be any worse? Stuff like that. I know it's corny, but like, I don't know. I just felt like that was the mindset that I had. And I obviously made it Friends purple, you know, like the Friends apartment is purple. And I felt like this mod, while obviously he didn't want to only be remembered for Friends, I had the quotes and all that. So I wanted to include something that was also a little, you know, a little touch of Friends. And the gun is called My Friend because it's Chandler, who is my friend, right? So that was my idea for retexturing this. This was a really fun thing to retexture. Texturing is really interesting, and going in like behind the scenes and looking at like how everything is just a flat file that you reshade and add stuff to. And so basically what I did is I took so there's two different models. There's the one you see when you're not holding it, and then there's the first person. This is obviously the first person, which is a little more detailed. So I took both versions and I erased what was on the handle, and I changed the hue to purple, and then I added the little Chandler picture, and then I added the little frame that is on the Friends door around it. I really liked how it came out. I know it's goofy looking, but that's like part of why I did it. Friends is a goofy show. I just rewatched it. And yeah, there it is. You can see his face when you like look down. So if you want to see it, nothing happens if you do anything to the memorial. I know a lot of people were asking if something happens to the memorial if you do something to it. I didn't script anything for that. I felt it was like a little too goofy, and I didn't want it to come off like disrespectful for me to do that. So I just left it just stone. You know, because obviously the Boulder City Memorial, the guy runs up to you and yells at you for desecrating it. I didn't want to do anything like that just because I didn't want to like overcomplicate the mod and make it weird. You know what I mean? So I just left it as is with the quotes on the front and back, and obviously his picture and his, you know, his dates. Yeah, I definitely made myself emotional while making this, which I wasn't expecting, because I don't know. I really liked Matthew Perry. I actually had a memory of like recently of Facebook or like, I don't know, not Facebook, but like Google Photos or something like that, shared with me an edit I had made of Matthew Perry around this time of year. Actually yesterday, a year ago yesterday. And it was just a goofy edit of Benny. And, you know, I had actually tweeted it at him, and I was like, I love you, as Benny, you're amazing, so good. Like my favorite character in New Vegas, one of my favorite characters in New Vegas. So, yeah, I really I really loved Matthew Perry's character. I love his story of how he got the role, and I wanted to pay tribute to him in a way that was respectful and honored all the things that made Matthew Perry who he is, not just Friends, obviously not just New Vegas, obviously to us Fallout fans, it's a huge part of it, but his advocacy as well. And I thought the quotes I chose kind of aligned with that as well. And I hope I did him justice, and I hope that you guys download the mod, and I hope you enjoy it. And I mean, thank you so much to the response I've gotten from this mod has been incredible. It's been so kind. I mean, bigger YouTubers have been sharing it. It's been shared in media, news media. It's been shared all over Twitter. It's been popping up on Facebook and Reddit. It's just, the response has been so cool. And what's really cool to see is not that it's getting shared and like people are noticing something that I worked on, but if you go into the comments and all these different things, it's just such cool, kind things about him and his legacy. And even on the mod page itself, all the comments beyond people who are like, I don't know how to install mods. Beyond those people, it's just, you know, caring about Matthew and his legacy, and, you know, it means a great deal to the Fallout community, and myself included. So yeah, that's the mod. I just wanted to show you guys. I hope you like it. I took a picture of the, I also lined it up too, so you can see New Vegas in the background, the skyline. I took a picture of it at night because I did put that little lantern so you could find it a little easier at night. I got misty taking a picture of it. So yeah, it means something to me. I hope it means something to you if you enjoy these games. And I really wanted to just pay tribute to him as best I could. So thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys downloading the mod. If you do download it, please endorse it, drop a comment on it, connect a video to it. I love seeing all that kind of stuff. I love if you share a picture of your career with it, tag me, that kind of stuff. So I will catch you guys in the next video, and all of this dedicated to the great comedy genius, Matthew Perry. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. Stay safe in the wasteland.